when you keep things in your heart and you don't talk about them openly, one day you find yourself reacting in ways that you never thought that you could react because you never voiced out the animosity that has been building in your heart. One thing you want to do is communicate. Hey, guys. Welcome and welcome back to another episode of 30 Plus Click with Max and Yo-Yo. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the 30 Plus Click podcast with Max and Yo-Yo. And as always, we are so excited to have you here. And if you're seeing this episode, well, congratulations, you've done the hard work, which is finding a partner. And now you're thinking, how can I make sure that this relationship that I'm currently in is healthy? Look no further, because on this episode of the 30 Plus Click podcast, we're going to be delving deep into that conversation and uncovering ways for which you and yours can have the most blissful relationship throughout your time together. But as I mentioned, Yo-Yo, healthy relationships are something that every one of us have been craving. Not many people know how to do. Some people just happen to lock themselves into it. But if you were to start with one of the first few things that people should consider when they found themselves in a relationship, they have the boyfriend, the girlfriend, and now they're thinking, oh, I want to make sure it works. What would you say to that person?
Anyway, before I say what I would have to say, I would say congratulations. It's not been easy to get to this point. And you've made it a point where you're thinking about having a healthy relationship. You must be a very thoughtful person to really want to make a relationship work, because relationship requires a whole lot of effort. And so one thing that would make a healthy relationship work, or would make a relationship work, is that thoughtfulness. There's nothing like you being thoughtful about yourself, and you being thoughtful about your partner. In our last episode, we talked about how self-regulation helps, also knowing that the world does not revolve around you. And now it has brought you to the point where you're being thoughtful. Okay, so let's pick it back on a previous episode. I understand the world does not revolve around me. Now, how can I give control? How can I yield control? How can I yield mutual relationship? So you've been thoughtful about your boyfriend, you've been thoughtful about your spouse, or you've been thoughtful about your husband, your wife, or your girlfriend, or in fact, your brother, your sister, your parents. So what then will I do with this thoughtfulness? Now, think as though they are in your shoes, or think as though you are in your shoes. Remember the Bible verse that says that do unto others what you want them to do to you. You want your partner to just show you so much of love and around you. Why not do that? You want your partner to call you to buy you gift. Why not do that? You want to have a deep conversation with him. You want him to have a deep conversation with you. Why not do that? So be thoughtful. Think ahead. What would it like? What would she like? What would this? Just you don't need to do it, but actually start by thinking. That thoughtfulness will birth another level of intimacy in your relationship, Max.
Oh, thank you so much for mentioning that. And if you were wondering what episode was Yo-Yo talking about just now, it is our conversation on how to be a real friend, and we are going to link it either somewhere around here or in the comment section. So please go look out for it. And if you're just seeing our faces for the first time, and this is your first time coming around our content, and you're wondering, oh, I kind of like what these people are talking about, but I don't know these people. Well, chill, because this is what we do on this channel. We offer advices that help you have one of the best lives that you can ever live. So if this is something that you're very much interested and you've watched up until this point, well, friend, stick around, be my friend, be our homies, hit the subscribe button and leave us a comment in the comment section. First of all, have you been thoughtful? Let us know in the comments. But Yo-Yo, for me, and this is a mantra, that's something that we keep on talking about on this channel, is communication, fam. Like, listen, you cannot be in a healthy relationship if you don't talk to each other. But communicating is twofold. I remember when we had that conversation with Abraham, and if you have, oh, that's a good episode. If you haven't seen that Abraham video, oh, child, like, go in the playlist. We do have like a playlist where we talk about how to deal with a tough breakup. And one of the things that Abraham mentioned in that conversation was the fact that, when you keep things in your heart and you don't talk about them openly, and then you keep on little cuts, and then you store them away, and one day you find yourself reacting in ways that you never thought that you could react because you never voiced out the animosity that has been building in your heart. One thing you want to do is communicate. So in communicating, in my mind, is that you want to understand the difference between talking at people and talking with people. You're not just because there's something that someone once told me, and a different context, but I think it applies here, Yo-Yo, is that before you say something to people, first of all, receive that information. If someone says it to you, how would you feel? If you like how you feel, if you receive that information, then say it to somebody else. So in terms of communicating, don't just talk at people, receive the information, then talk to the person. And I think the process of receiving that information first for yourself would enable you to develop the right wordings that would enable the person to have healthy conversations with you. That, I think, is the foundation to having a healthy relationship. Yo, what do you think?
Oh, absolutely. So if we're in the same room, you're either communicating verbally, or you're not communicating verbally, or you're communicating non-verbally. And the truth is, non-verbal communications has this strength, has this potency in it. And so don't just think that your words are enough. Your non-verbal cues also is also very important when it comes to communication. You can be saying the right set of words, but you're assuming so much of negative aura. So that is also communication. And so you need to watch it. So it's beyond your words. It also boils down to how you present yourself, how you carry yourself. Every relationship, I always tell people, I am not the Holy Spirit. So you need to tell me. if you if you think I'm just going to just know what is in your heart, I will never know it, and I'm not still interested in knowing it until you speak up. And so that healthy portion of a relationship, you also need to watch your non-verbal communication. You're saying things that are very nice, words articulated, well put together, but you're acting so differently. You are frowning. You cannot even smile. When last did you really smile? When last did you laugh? You squeeze, and your face is always squeezed. Hey, babe, you have all the beautiful character in this world, but you have this aura that nobody can come close. You're always frowning. You cannot smile. You cannot even wear bright color clothes. Come on. So colors are also ways to communicate. You are in the house is always dark. I'm not looking at anybody, so I'm not trying to bullet here. Mm. But
Don't worry, I hold my shade. It's fine. I hold it. It's fine. It's okay. Go on.
Lord, colors are another way to communicate. So everything is all about that packaging that would also help your relationship work well. Right.
I love it. Honestly, I do. I agree with you, Yo-Yo. And honestly, it's true. All the packaging, and I know that's probably not the right term, packaging, but it all adds up. Small things that we never think about, whether that be colored, whether that be the countenance of your face, the way you keep your body posture. Do I walk in a room where we're about to talk and I can already feel the aura that's coming out of you as it's combatant? Because that's already going to put me on a defensive, and anything you are saying is babash, because like I'm about to like take my stance and defend myself. All of that, it all adds up. So sometimes it's things that we don't really think about, but they all add up, little things, and it could end up being a big thing later down the line. So yes, that's a very valid point, and that brings me to my point, is that you have to learn, unlearn, and relearn, in the sense that you've been in a relationship, and we've all been in relationships. We've picked up habits from those relationships that are probably not the best, if you're being honest. And there's a lot of things that we see on social media. There's a lot of social advisors. And let me tell you, I recently joined TikTok myself, Yo-Yo, and the amount of people I see giving advice on TikTok, I'm like, Jesus, no wonder we're where we are, cause fam, there's a lot of toxic advices there, and sometimes a lot if you're being honest with yourself, you've practiced some of those advices, you've learned some of those bad behaviors. and they've led you astray, or they've led you to a point of no return, and now you're in this space where you're starting afresh and with this new person. You have to be honest with yourself and be able to unlearn some of those behaviors to pick up healthy ones, like the one we're putting in this video, right? Like this is kind of why we made this space, yo, because like, if you remember, and I'll keep saying it for people who are just finding these videos for the first time, we found that there are a lot of noise on the internet. There's not a healthy space for people to have good, healthy conversations across a range of topics, whether that be love, lifestyle, culture, whatever, what have you. We have, content that will allow you to flourish in your relationship, and we're very sure that if you up these habits that we're dropping down on this channel, you would definitely be in a good space to have a healthy relationship. So this is kind of why we started this, to allow you to learn, unlearn, and relearn some healthy habits. And one of those things is, remember to drop those things that you've learned, those sassiness. It's not going to get you anywhere. I know some people are like, oh, this is my personality, this is who I am. Yeah, there's a place for everything, and I've grown up. There's a place and a time for everything, and you have to know the place and time to exhibit some certain characteristics. If you learn this, it'll help you a lot, yo.
All right. And so when we talk about learning and unlearning, and you found us through a short or through this long, or you just managed to stumble on this video today. So one thing I want you to learn from us is 30 plus click. It's, Max would always say street advice. Why not just learn about us today by just hitting the subscription button? And you've been watching our videos, you always come around to watch our videos, you leave a comment. Why not share this video on your WhatsApp status, or just share it on your social media? We really appreciate those of you commenting, sharing, and we really love you. We thank you. And also, in terms of building unhealthy relationship, it is a choice. It is not something unconscious. You have to be aware that, okay, I don't think I have a healthy relationship, or I think I want to work towards a healthy relationship. Then you would evaluate yourself where you are, then build my pillars. It can be just one little task every day. Okay, one day I'll learn how to smile, or I'll pass a positive comment. So it comes from that place of decision. It comes from that place of consciousness. And so for you to have clicked on this video today, so like we said earlier, congratulations for making this decision that you really want to build a healthy relationship, whether it's your parents, your siblings, your husbands, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. You want to build a healthy relationship with 30 plus click. We are happy also to build a virtual healthy relationship with you. And so we want to congratulate you, want to say, think about it. Find those reasons why you think you want to build an healthy relationship. What has happened previously in the past that you feel you were responsible for that relationship to have come to an end? What do you want to do differently? And so those little thoughtfulness, those evaluation, those communication, those feedback, asking for feedback and receiving it would help you to continue to grow a healthy relationship. And so talking about healthy relationship, we want to ask you if you can support us to grow a healthy channel today. And so we are asking you, please subscribe to our channel. Remember to just show us some love and watch another video and share one of our videos. And remember, make it a time with us next week as usual. God bless you.
Bye, guys.